What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're gonna do a Cosmic Crucible Week 1 recap where I got absolutely clapped, and you'll never guess from which characters I got clapped. I'm really blown away. So as you guys can see, we got 1, 2, which is terrible. We dropped out of Grandmasters to Masters 3, but I mean that's not surprising because we were at the bare edge of Grandmasters anyway. But yeah, the performance was not great, and when you see the matches that I failed, like, I'm really embarrassed. But there were a lot of things that we learned, and I'm gonna be putting all this information on my spreadsheet with the counters, and also updating my defense that, as you guys know, I usually put it on Patreon for supporters. Because, yeah, lessons learned, and I'm not going to make these mistakes again. That's why I went from 2 defeats to a massive win, because of the changes that we were able to do on the last day. Okay, so let's recap all this information and see why did we lost. So on the first round, we faced Gym Commander, and we faced only players with level 105. And the difference from level 104 or 103 to 105, it's huge. It's still huge. I think the gap is even bigger than it was last year. And yeah, you really feel it. Okay, so room 1, a lot of people are using Sinister 6 on defense. Big mistake, don't do this. Keep using them on offense, because if you use them on defense, Immortal will absolutely destroy them. Then we have a Spider Society on room 2. Spider Society here, it's okay, I guess. We can use a Black Cat with Mercs to destroy them, easy mode. And here we have the first major fail, yikes. Annihilators with Super Scroll and Doctor Doom Skirmisher. Now, this was really impressive, because Doctor Doom was level 100, he only has 1 diamond, and the Purple Eyes Await was just level 1. But my Kang was not able to kill him. This was a huge problem. And yeah, I just lost in this room. Things I could have done better here would be to use Guardian here to guarantee the offense up to Kang, because in this room Kang starts with the ultimate, so he does not have the offense up from the special. So instead of Titania, I should have used the Guardian to give offense up to the entire team, and that should have made things a lot better. But I was really surprised. Doctor Doom with defense down, tons of piercing damage and everything else, and we were just not able to kill him, even that his health was like 4 million or something. So that really blew my mind. So yeah, next time we know what to do. Instead of Titania, we're gonna bring Guardian to have that guaranteed offense up. Okay, let's move on to the next match. We have Mephisto with Orkish and Emma Frost. Emma Frost here doesn't do anything, in my opinion, because we'll always have these minions to capitalize on. And Odin is the best character to sack. As you guys can see, Odin did absolutely nothing here. He died right away. You'll see the recap on the videos, but this was absolute dog shit. I really hate Odin on offense. I'm putting him back on defense. Not with Illuminati elsewhere, but yeah, this was really disappointing. Night Stalkers still coming through, at least that. Let's move on to the next room. We have X-Men, Extreme X-Men. I think X-Men is just a waste on defense. You have Nightcrawler on offense for sure. Rogue can also be used with a team, that you should watch the replays to see where I'm using Rogue nowadays. And Gambit, I'm not really using Gambit anywhere, but he is very slow anyway. He is dependent on speed bar, so it really diminishes the value. Then Cabal destroy them, of course. And on the last room we have Illuminati plus Odin. We used the Phoenix Force with Apocalypse. It was not as good as it used to be because of the constant ability blocks, and you had to be concerned about it. My Omega Red really failed on flipping the positive effects into negative effects. So I even tried to use him as a skirmisher after. But yeah, it's always a 2-tap on these. So does it really matter? I'm not sure that it really matters. That's why I'm trying to find a place where to use Odin without having to use him with Illuminati. Sinister 6 cleared up, and my opponent, Illuminati with Thanos on 1, used pretty much the same team, so I could use Odin elsewhere and I would still get a 2-tap in this room. So that's what we are looking for. Spider Society with Mephisto. We have the double sack. Some people are trying to one-shot now Mephisto, but it's not easy. And using Mephisto on offense, it really compromises your defense. Or maybe not, we'll see. In a second, you'll be very surprised with this counter. Then we have Annihilators plus Chloral and Kawari. This was one-shotted by this team, but I changed this team on the second match in a way that allowed me to actually get a win, to counter this team. So make sure you pay attention to the future videos where we'll talk about this and how to make them win, because there is a way you can make them win. Then we have Immortal versus Orcish. Okay, I guess that's a good hit for us. Then we have Cabal versus X-Men. This was before I changed my defense. And finally we have Mercenaries with North Star versus Shadow King with Secret Defenders and Dormammu. It's okay hit. I feel like Shadow King was a little bit wasted, but we changed it from this. Okay, so this was the first match. Once again, I lost because I could not clear this Doctor Doom scroll. Once again, if I used Guardian instead of Titania, it would be an easy clear. Let's move on to the second match where we faced Old Timmy, another player at 105. And as you guys can see, these guys have all the multiple borders of being on top 100. And they are massive Krakens as well, so there's that. Once again, the Sinister Six on defense. This is a huge mistake in my opinion. We destroy them with Immortal. Room 1, we have this hybrid team of Groot, Rocket, and whatever else. Miss Marvel Classic, she's very, very strong, and she could be useful here, but I think on a different setup. We destroy them with Old Man Logan, Nightcrawler, Erish, and Emma Frost. Then we have Illuminati Odin on the room in the middle. That's the room where you cannot use the specials. But once again, we used Phoenix Force, Apocalypse, and Black Knight. And we were able to destroy them with just Odin left. Pavitri here didn't do anything, so I think you shouldn't use him there. Let's move on to the next room. We have Orcish with Mephisto, double tap, and the Night Stalkers destroy it. Then we have X-Men versus Cabal, easy win. And finally we have Liberty. Liberty on defense, room 6. What the hell, bro? Yeah, so Old Timmy, I'm not sure if he is friends with the Envoys. I'm not sure if he is an Envoy himself, but he's friends with the different Envoys. And they discover that the best room for you to use your bullshit team, the new Liberty team, is on room 6, because they get speed up, immunity, and whatever else, defense up as well. And that will catch a lot of people off guard. So watch out, this might surprise you, because especially if you are bringing fast characters, they are going to get all that immunity speed up, and you'll make the enemy team faster as well. So watch out for this one. In terms of his attacks, he also had some very interesting attacks. So room 1, he one-shotted my Illuminati with Phoenix Force, plus Old Man Logan, Nightcrawler, and Dormammu. That low efficiency, but that was a solid one-shot. Then we had a Super Scroll with Annihilators, one-shotting Mephisto. Yikes. That was really surprising. But as you guys can see, low efficiency, and his defense was a little bit compromised. He was still able to win, right? But it was a very risky move. Here, once again, we have Shadow King with Kawari and Black Knight. He used Apocalypse and Emma Frost. Once again, I changed this room in a way that makes it better for me. And this is still not that version, but we'll see a little bit later at the end of the video which version I have now. And let's move on to the next room. Orcish with Morgan Le Fay, and when we use the Night Stalkers, they use the Night Stalkers. The Morgan Le Fay here, she is almost fast enough to be relevant, but unfortunately not enough. Maybe you have to use Morgan Le Fay and Emma Frost. That's something that maybe I'll try next week, but yeah, it's still not working. We're still trying to find a way to counter that team. Then we have X-Men once again being beaten by Immortal. And finally, we put Odin here together with the Secret Defenders and Shadow King but they were easily destroyed by Cabal with Late Death Strike. Cabal and Late Death Strike with Cabal is just absolutely insane, massive amount of damage. You just have to make sure that you have enough vulnerabilities for her to attack. Okay, so once again, I think we have no chance of winning this one, because he one-shotted my Mephisto. Because apart from that, we did what was possible, and that room 6 really surprised me with Liberty, but overall it was not so bad. Okay, let's move on to the last match. This is the one where I won against Far Strider. I absolutely thought that I was going to lose, but because I was not able to full clear, right? But it seems like he was not able to full clear. He was actually watching on my live stream and laughing that I was not able to full clear his defense. And then guess what? He was also not able to full clear. Okay, so there you go. That's why you should never laugh of other people, because yeah, it might happen to you as well. So the problem with my attacks is that I used the Phoenix Force with Rogue instead of Black Knight, but unfortunately Omega Red was not able to do enough damage. I used him as a skirmisher, but Far Strider, he had a very good position with Sasquatch, and Omega Red did the chain attack to the right instead of to the left, so he didn't do any damage to Captain Britain and Hank Pym and whatever else. Very well thought out from Far Strider, but it's 100% RNG based, so we could have absolutely destroyed this room or not, which was the case. Then we tried to clear the Odin, but we were not able to clear the Odin. Even as a raider, he was doing massive amounts of healing, which was very surprising. And then I tried to clear with new warriors, but then he had charges, and if he has charges you cannot apply negative effects to him, so it was impossible to clear. After that we had the Spy Society. We absolutely destroyed with Vulture, Green Goblin, Scarlet Witch and Falcon. 63 efficiency because we lost a little bit of health there. Then Cabal room 3 destroyed the Sinister 6, no problem. We used the Dormammu just for safety. Night Stalkers once again versus Orcish. According to Sawanner, the best place where to use Orcish is on room 6. And I would definitely agree with that, but the problem is that Liberty is the only team that really works there. Then we have X-Men with Hercules. I'm not sure exactly what Hercules did here, but yeah, they got absolutely destroyed. I used Black Knight because I didn't have Black Knight to use anywhere else. And then Immortal on room 6 versus Annihilator Scroll. Watch out, you have to play very careful with this team. They can one-shot it, but you have to be very careful with your abilities. The only ultimate that you want to use is the Storm ultimate. Now, in terms of his attacks, let's see where he failed now. So he used Mephisto with Apocalypse, Phoenix Force and Echo against my Illuminati. This is a team that people nowadays are using against Odin and trying to one-shot, but I have seen multiple people failing with this attack, and you are sacrificing your entire defense. So this is something that all the envoys are doing. I think it's a huge mistake because it completely compromises your defense, but go ahead, if you want to do that, do it, and then you'll fail. Then we have a Spider Society with Mephisto and some special character here, and he was not able to clear Mephisto Spider Society. Even after double sack, he failed to clear the Mephisto Spider Society, and that's how I won the match. Absolutely hilarious. I loved it. So the guy was laughing on me on the live stream, but then he got clapped. Here we did some changes, as you guys can see, and we were finally able to beat this team. Now, it's true that he didn't use Apocalypse because he was saving Apocalypse for the Illuminati match, but that's how you want to do it, right? If you're going to use that Mephisto or whatever else, you need to use Apocalypse, and then you're going to lose against Annihilators. So it's a trade-off that I'm definitely happy with. Then you use the Immortal X-Men versus Orcish, another trade that I would take. Then you use the Tango Web with Old Man Logan and Vulture versus Guardians plus Miss Marvel Classic. And finally we had Liberty with Pavitre and Odin. Unfortunately, this did not work out the way I wanted, but we were still able to push the Kabbalah, which is good, but it didn't have that surprise factor that I had on my second match. So overall, it was a week of science. As I always say that the first week is for science, and this was actually the case. We learned a lot of things, and based on that alone, just of 2 days, we managed to go for the wins. And going forward, I know exactly what to do to dominate and hopefully get back to Grandmasters next week. So I hope you guys join my journey throughout Cosmic Crucible next weekend, and pay attention to the channel where I'll put the replays of these matches and see the mistakes I made so you don't make them yourself. And that's gonna be the recap for this week of Cosmic Crucible. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I'll catch you guys later.